now you see the field beginning to roll down pit road for the commencement of the greatest endurance race in the Western Hemisphere. The 24 Hours of Daytona is rolling off pit road. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. We have mentioned that it is a March Buick V6 on the pole. John Paul Jr. is now in the cockpit. He's also in the headlines. More on that story. He was in court yesterday on Motor Week Illustrated at 5:35 today on Superstation WTBS. Beside him comes the winner of last year's race, and that is the March Porsche. And that is, remember that Porsche had a bit of last year's win because they had the motor in that car from South Africa that was team headed by Cyril van der Merwe. Going to row 3, it's car number 8, the Preston Hen car. A.J. Foyt, 4-time winner of Indianapolis. Al Unser, and that's like the Hatfields and the Coys. Remember the old battles that Bobby Unser and A.J. used to have? Well, Al Unser and A.J. share the same car with the famed Frenchman Bob Willick, who will start the machine, a Porsche 962. Going to the 4th position, car number 14. This is a 3.2 and the only 3.2 liter 962 Porsche in the field. And the great IMSA champion of the past, Al Holbert, is there. He is teamed with Great Britain's 4-time winner at Le Mans, Derek Bell, and Al Unser Jr. As the field breaks toward the line to get going to start the 24 hours, and on the break, John Paul taking the green flag. Going into turn number 1, number 45, John Paul has put the Buick V6 March in front. Now, do you think that it's possible that little Buick V6 can stand the gap for 24 hours, Bobby?
Really, Ken, I don't think so. I think it's obviously the fastest and most powerful car in this race. Probably has 800 horsepower, but so far the Buick V6, although it shows great promise, does not look like it is going to yet ready to hold together for a long race.
Challenge back for third as they whip through the infield portion of this 3.5-mile course, and there you see the Preston Hen car, number 8. Bob Willick trying to hold on to that spot. Cyril van der Merwe closing on the leader. The third place car is now Al Holbert. And running in 4th place is car number 1. Moving up from 6th position, the first lap, the Al Leon car with Bill Whittington driving. Now there is the 2nd place car, number 0, Cyril van der Merwe, and he's chasing number 45, John Paul. That is a Buick V6 leading this illustrious field in the 2nd lap of the 24 Hours of Daytona.
Now, it'd be interesting to watch these two cars if we can see a separation between them to see which one has a greater top speed and whether the Buick is in fact opening up on the straight on the Creepy Crawly Porsche March or not. It might give us a clue as to who's running higher boost right now.
We have one car already down, number 3, which is a Buick V6. Bobby Allison, who was sharing the driving chores in that car, has come to rest just off the horseshoe and appears to be out of it in the very early moments of this race. Car number 3, that's the Ken Martin car out of Atlanta, out of Roswell, Georgia. He and Wayne Pickering had as a third driver 1983 Grand National Champion Bobby Allison.
I've been covering races a long, long time, but what happened here with car number 3 driven by Bobby Allison, I've never seen or heard of before. The race started, the car went out on the first lap with quarter out here, and I asked what was wrong, and the guy said they forgot to put fuel in.
United States out in front, South Africa in second. John Paul in number 45, the Buick V6 staying just in front of the Porsche-powered March car, and then comes Al Holbert next.
Looks like Bill Whittington's trying to move up chasing the 3rd place car too.
There you see him, Al Holbert in the 14, 3rd position.
Now Bill's got a Porsche engine in this 85 G March, and perhaps he can pull Al Holbert on the straightaway, although both of them now have identical engines and just different chassis.
In the first hour of the 24 Hours of Daytona, with Bob Aiken, I'm Ken Squire, and you see the standings. John Paul Jr. was challenged by South Africa's Cyril van der Merwe, who went by him, but then John Paul retook the lead and holds it by the slimmest of margins now. The Al Holbert car is in 3rd, Al Leon's car is in 4th, and your car with Hans Struck at the keyboard is up to 5th. There you see the two of them down through that chicane, headed into the east banking, and right in front of them, number 14, Holbert, and they're challenging Holbert.
Now you see what traffic can do for you. Now just try and guess which way that slower car is going to go, and what are you going to do here? And they all managed to get through, but there'll be a lot of heart-stopping maneuvers like that in the course of 24 hours.
Threading the needle, moving up, approaching 200 miles per hour. There is Holbert, still staying in 3rd spot. Number 1 staying 4th, Whittington driving, and Hans Stuck in the number 5, maintaining 5th. Henri Pasquarolo and Thierry Boutsen, the 11 car, number 86 is 6th. The Jaguar runs in 7th with Brian Redmond driving. Hello again from the Daytona International Speedway. Live coverage of the 23rd annual 24 Hours of Daytona. Bob Aiken alongside. I'm Ken Squire, and we've seen some major changes out here. Al Holbert's car, the 962, the biggest engine in the field of the 962s, is leading right now.
Dominating the race right now, Ken, although there's been some reshuffling with the pit stops, but it looks like a Porsche parade with one little turbocharged Buick set in there in second place.
In the GTO class, Willie T. Ribb stays in front. At GTU, it's the Schneider car, number 87, leading the way in their classes of the 24 Hours of Daytona. Take a look just a moment ago at what happened to car number 45. This is the John Paul car that set on the pole with a new record. They've broken a drive shaft. It is a CV joint that is busted in the car. They'll be in some 20 or 25 minutes. But that is bad news for that Buick turbo car that had really led and looked so strong early. Now let's take a look at the current standings in the race with over 100 laps complete. Bob, how about it?
Bob Tullius and the Jag leads for the overall position, followed by 3 962s of Holbert and Foyt and Pescarolo. And in the 45 car, John Paul Jr. is dropping back. And
you're having problems with your car, too.
And we've been in and out for about 15 minutes, but we're back in.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Despain. We're back live at Daytona International Speedway, where a Porsche Jaguar battle is raging in the 24 Hours of Daytona. Let's go right to the leaderboard, where we find that Al Holbert and his crew have moved to the top of the heap. They are battling the Jaguar of Group 44, the Tullius entry here this evening. As we approach the 4.5-hour mark in the race, we are 463 miles into a race expected to run some 2,500 miles distance. Here is this recent scene just a few minutes ago at Daytona. Big accident involving a couple of front-running cars. The 5th place car overall. This is Pete Halsmer's machine with John Morton and Dieter Quester being dragged away. The remains after a crash with the 2nd place GTO car, the Alan Glick, Billy Cyphers, and Bill Cooper machine. As you can see, an incredible impact at some 200 miles an hour. It happened right at the start-finish line, and Jim Roller talked with Pete Halsmer to find out what happened.
Coming up on with another car, and as I started by on the left side, somebody just came over hard. I think they were starting to pass the car in front of them. They came over hard enough, it just clipped my front end, and I couldn't keep it together.
We're with the early leader in the GTO division, Willie Ribbs. And Willie, what happened to your car?
Well, when we went out, we were leading, but we had a ignition wire break right inside the plastic, and we didn't know it, and it made the car misfire, and we drove with a misfire for about 2.5 hours, and finally it got so bad we had to fix it.
For a while there, you were moving right up among the prototypes.
Well, that was the objective. I predicted we would win GTO going away. It was just a matter of how many GTB cars we were going to beat. We're behind a little bit, but we will do like Rommel and march forward.
The leader's still the Holbert, Bell, and Unser Jr. car. But look what's happened to the car that was in 2nd place. Bob, fire is one of the scariest things that can happen to any driver. Bob Tullius apparently blew the engine going into the chicane. A huge ball of fire. Can you imagine what he might have been thinking about as he sat in that race car?
Well, I can say that he isn't going to sit in there any longer than he possibly can, and he's just going to get out there. The one thing you think about is getting the thing stopped and getting out as fast as you can. And
getting stopped, of course, is one of the keys. He did bail out of that car. They have taken him to the infield care center, where he is reported alert, conscious, and apparently okay. But a brilliant run for that car has apparently gone for naught. That's going to move the Foyt, Wallach, and Unser team up into the number 2 spot. And the yellow flag now is currently to clear the Group 44 Jaguar, which had such a brilliant run here off the racetrack, and they apparently are done, even though they're still in 3rd place on the leaderboard.
It is breakfast time at the 24 Hours of Daytona, and if one likes the most exotic sports cars in the world with their bacon and eggs, well, just take a look here. Car number 14 is currently leading. Al Holbert has the way. He's running in first place in this machine, this Porsche 962, six-cylinder engine that carries into 217 miles per hour, grumbling out some 8,000 RPMs when he needs it. Right now he doesn't need it. He has a pretty fancy lead over the second place car, some 11 laps over Foyt and Unser in second place. Now here is the leader in the GTO class. That's the Willie Ribbs Dallenbach car, and right now the driver is John Jones of Thunder Bay, Ontario. Al Holbert, in quest of his first win in this race, his 32nd IMSA victory, is seeing it all go away. What were moments of jubilation turned to moments of despair. Car 14, a new electric ignition system. It's not the fueling problem. Coming to rest out of turn number 1. Derek Bell, the driver at the time. They've been working desperately trying to get the car back in the event. But in the meantime, car number 8 that won this race 2 years ago. A.J. Foyt, Bob Wallach, Al Unser, Thierry Boutsen, they're leading the event, and they look like they're on their way to winning this 23rd annual classic. Moving along in the third position is the Jim Busby car, the B.F. Goodrich car, picking up third spot now. And there you see Derek Bell still trying to get car number 14 fired up and get back into this, and apparently making some headway. Car 14, they said the ignition system just fell out of it. Not a fueling problem, and he's coming back out. Car number 14, now down some 2 laps himself, and perhaps more, is coming out of turn 1 on the east banking of the Superspeedway. There's your lead car. That's number 8. A.J. Foyt, Bob Wallach, Unser, and they added Thierry Boutsen. Neither Foyt nor Unser were very excited about racing in the dark, and Al Unser was certainly not enthusiastic about racing in the rain. And we've had 3 showers 3 times, and they've gone to rain tires in the event. Unser had some great answers about driving in the rain. They said, "Do you like to drive in the wet?" He said, "I don't like to drive in the mist." Well, now it's Bob Wallach, the French driver, who helped them to victory 2 years ago, keeping this car in front. Holbert, Bell, Unser Jr. staying in second. Busby, Newman, Moss in third. Bob Aiken's car has made a really stout comeback to run in fourth. And Bob Aiken's second car, the number 7 Ren car, is now showing itself in 5th position. And here is car number 14, still trying to get fired, still trying to keep running. Derek Bell of Great Britain in there, and again it's taking off and moving. They're secure in second place. They want to bring the car across the line. They will not be penalized if the car is not running at the end of 24 hours. Now you see car number 8 pulling up into the Superspeedway, final time. Busby there, third place car. The second place car rests just down below us. Checkered flag is out as 1 and 3 come across, and the 24 hours of Daytona has been completed. Now number 14 fires and crosses the line. Here's number 71, Amos Johnson, looking for victory in the GTU class.